Power Africa is an initiative of the U.S. government to bring access to power to Africa. It really focuses on the private sector, on trying to empower them to be able to unblock the challenges that they're facing, to be able to grow their businesses and actually invest in power in the way that would really have an impact. Thousands of megawatts that have been built on the continent, the millions and millions of connections that have happened all over the continent. There's still 600 million people without access to power. And so that's a real problem that we've got to figure out. We have our top line goals of 30,000 megawatts and 60 million connections by the year 2030. And those goals were set with the idea that it would take more than just the US government to reach those targets.
It's going to be essential that we bring investors, government actors, private sector together to identify opportunities to invest in places that maybe aren't the most obvious. And one of the things that Power Africa has been able to do is really bring that coalition of people together.
Thank you for being here. We are really excited.
The value proposition of Power Africa is to bring partners together, to facilitate the flow of information, to connect them with each other, with other tools across that network, to understand what the need is.
And so what we've seen is the model go from awareness building and MOU signing to action.
The government has come back to show us how happy and successful and really appreciative of all the efforts that the partners brought in. And we can only attribute that to really the skills that Power Africa brought for us.
West Africa Power Pool become what it is today because of the partnership with Power Africa.
JCM Power worked with Power Africa. I mean, we worked with many agencies within Power Africa, USTDA, USAID, DFC. I would say that their support, they've been instrumental to a large degree in helping us to get where we are today.
So they accessed the different tools at the different stages, and I hope that people who see that example can then see where to go for those different stages of support.
By supporting these projects, we're helping to support better governance and more transparent procurement processes in the countries that we're supporting. And then as a result, we see impacts to women and children. So better maternal health because there's power at clinics and hospitals. We see kids able to spend more hours in the day with their education because they have lights on. And we see maybe better public safety for vulnerable populations because there is light and power. And then of course the economic impacts. Being able to have different fans and refrigerators and actual equipment to have bigger businesses.
Power Africa has been successful in helping about 15,000 megawatts of power reach financial close. We've been a part of about 152 different projects that have reached financial close. We've helped about 200 million people get access to electricity for the first time.
Power Africa's impact in one word: catalyzed.
Transformational.
Development. Acceleration.
Complementary.
Partnership. It's all about partnership.